Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomics. In today's episode, we are talking about the types of clothing and accessories you should buy if you are considering wearing a certain type of sneaker. The observant and sleuth-minded among you might recognize this as a simple repackaging or rebranding, if you will, of the very popular content, what wearing these shoes says about you. First up, we're going to talk about New Balance. I just want to zero in on the chunky dad shoe New Balance. Whether it's the 574, 2002R, 1906R, 992, the 991, 789, 1500, 413, 1986. In terms of pants, you want to go for a pant that has a cuff. If not a cuff, you want to go for a pant leg length that is borderline capri, but not quite. You definitely want to be showing off a little bit of sock. For some reason, people that wear chunky dad shoe New Balance love huge lace loops. The next thing you want to consider buying for your New Balances is a trench coat. The beauty of a trench coat is that it will enable you to layer underneath. Next, you want to opt in for a hoodie, preferably something that looks aged and weathered and from the 90s. Now you can either buy a thrifted hoodie for $10 or you can buy a thrifted looking hoodie for $150 from somewhere like ALD. Next up, for the headwear, you want to opt in for a beanie, whether it is summer or winter. The recommended beanie of choice for this particular shoe, in my opinion, is going to be the fisherman's beanie. In terms of accessories, I think it would be a good idea to get you a pair of glasses, even if you don't need them. This will complete the look, make you look more sophisticated, and prompt people to ask you questions beyond where you got your sneakers, including what are your thoughts on Friedrich Nietzsche, the Communist Manifesto, or where do you buy your kombucha? Next up, Alexander McQueen trainers. If you fancy some of these pumped up platform Stan Smiths, you might want to consider buying yourself a pair of jeans. Black denim would no doubt be the preferred color of choice, and I would recommend not going for the type of denim that you can buy off the rack or the shelf, but rather opting in for the type of denim that you can get out of a spray can. Whether you are a guy or a girl, a little bit of distressed action right around the kneecap would also be great. You can also opt in for the hyper tapered versions that will enable you to show your ankles off. If you are feeling more adventurous with your pant choice and you don't want to go for the denim, you can always go for a very, very tight pair of checkered dress pants. If you are a guy, it is important that you go for a very tight pair of pants for some reason. The next thing you might want to go for is an overpriced plain white t-shirt. This can be worn by itself, or you can always throw over the top of it a flannel. Next up, we have the Nike Air Max 95. These recommendations are more specific to the UK and in particular London, where I am. You might want to consider getting yourself a Nike Tech Fleece tracksuit. If you can't afford a Tech Fleece tracksuit, that's fine. You could always opt in for a Hoodrich one. And if you can't afford that, maybe Lonsdale. You're going to want to put a jacket over that Tech Fleece or that tracksuit. And so there are different levels of jacket. If you are a very successful dealer, you might want to get yourself a Monclizzy. If you can't afford a Monclizzy, then you might as well go for a Trapstar. And if you can't afford a Trapstar, then you might want to go for a North Face. And failing that, you can always go Lonsdale. You're going to want to also get a belly and a cross body bag of some description. And finally, you are going to want to invest in an electric scooter. Next up, we have the Vibram 5-finger toe shoes. These have gone from being an absolute laughing stock to right on the cusp of being trendy. First thing that you're going to want to invest in are some leggings or compression tights. You can opt in for the plain black, but you can make the look a little bit more serious by going for a pair of silver ones, or even some that have got some kind of a pattern on them. You also want to look at getting some beach shorts or board shorts, the type of clothing that makes you look like you could at any moment spontaneously break out into some bouldering or free climbing or crab hunting in rock pools. If you want to go with long trousers, it's important you get yourself some loose fitting cargos or some parachute pants. In terms of the upperwear, it's either going to be some kind of vest top where you can show off your muscles, or it is going to be some kind of hoodie. Next up, we have Salomons. These are sneakers that are made for the outdoors. Hiking, trekking, mountain running, all sorts of extreme events in extreme conditions, in extreme situations. situations. But in 2023, they have become a mainstream hype beast sneaker. Now, if you want to wear some Salomons, you can go a couple of routes. You can go down the Gorpcore route, where you might want to get yourself some technical pants with up to 17 different types of pockets in them, accompanied with an Arc'teryx jacket, face mask, and water-resistant backpack. Or you can do what most people are doing and just kind of wear what everyone's wearing with New Balance. Last up, Air Jordan 4s. First thing you want to get are some cargo pants. You can also rock Jordan 4s with a tech fleece, and if the sun is shining, you can always break out your Eric Emanuel shorts and your overpriced vintage print tee or Stussy tee and your fitted cap. And there we go, that is today's episode. Hope you guys out there were triggered, and I hope you had a laugh. Feel free to like the video if you indeed did like it, and let me know in the comments if there are any other sneakers you would like me to do in a future episode. I would love to hear your suggestions. Thanks very much for taking the time to watch. Have yourselves a lovely day. See you all on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.